Hello everyone, my name is Seoyeon Park. Have you all been enjoying the performances so far? I'm here today to talk to you about smartness. I know all the performances were somehow all related to smart, but what I really like to talk to you about today is this new concept of smartness and how the world and society should face towards it. So please, let me introduce to you this new idea of smart. Smart. First, let me start with a question. What do you think smartness means? The term smart is used so much in our lives these days that it can almost mean anything when we identify it in different ways. Okay, let me make this easy for you. So there are smartphones, smart TV, and we say robots are smart. Being smart in this case means being functional, more practical, and easier to use. So we call robots, which can identify people's minds, smart, and a car which can drive by itself by sensing the surroundings, smart. New technology these days is the main purpose of making the smart technology is to make smarter devices. Now, I think making smart devices, the purpose should move on from inventing those with more functions, but to those which are sensitive. In other words, sensible, like humans. So these new technology devices should be able to identify people's minds. So this means that there will be more robots, like developed versions of iPhone, Siri, and those in WALL-E. We should develop these kind of new smart devices. And with these, we can make a smarter devices and technology. Imagine that your phone has feelings and that it can talk with you and comfort you with a certain amount of data that you have put in. The future of our technology devices should head towards to being smart and sensible. What happens if you apply this concept of smartness to humans? Who do you think is the smartest person in your class? You might think of your class captains or a person who receives the highest scores on their tests. This might be you yourself, of course. However, if we apply the term smart with the definition of smart technology devices to humans, smart friend, smart person should be those who are able to understand others' feelings well and sensible. Let's say you have a reading class at school today and you forgot your book. Either because your teacher's one of the picky teachers or you are one of the model students, you are panicking out and anxious. I'm pretty sure everyone had these feelings at least once in their lives before. Anyway, it's 5 minutes before the bell rings and you're desperate to borrow a book. But all your friends have the book and they say, it's okay, you'll be fine. But you're not okay, nor fine. You're sweating and worried when suddenly a person gives you a book saying, here's my book, you can have my book. How thankful would you be? And you automatically get to like that person, maybe even more than your close friends who get 99.9 on their average scores every test. I think this kind of sensible person should be deserved to be called smart. Sometimes I think I'm a bit smart as well. I once wanted to apply for a school science competition where I had to make air rocket models. I needed a partner, and since I wasn't the one who knew much science, I thought about asking a science genius who happened to be in my class. However, on my second thought, I thought, this competition is to make a perfect, nice rocket which can fly a long distance. I need to make the rocket accurately, step by step, according to the given instructions. In this case, shouldn't I need a person who is meticulous and dexterous? So instead of asking the science genius in my class, I asked one of my friends who was not interested in science at all or didn't know anything about robots, but skillful to attend the competition with me. So consequently, we came second in making the rockets out of the whole school. I thought I made a smart choice then. these kinds of sensible choices deserve to be called smart. Now, let's think about this in wider range of our current society. Think about a soldier who was hit to death in military recently, for instance. Apparently, there are more than 7,000 cases like this in military which have not been cleared. What mother of a son on earth would be willing to send their sons into military if these kinds of things keep happening? Imagine you are a mother of a soldier who was harmed in military. You at this time, I'm pretty sure, would be so angry that you might even want to blow up the whole Korean military campus. So of course, you will go to a court full of expectations, but all you get is assailants receiving, say what, 10 years of jail under commitment of assault and back out into the world when they're 30 or so again, because the court had to be fair. Obviously, you're not satisfied with these results, but there is no other way but to live the rest of your life in anger and grief. There are many other cases like this, and there's even a mother who is not holding a funeral for a dead son, but requesting another trial every year for 10 years so far, in order to punish the attackers as much as they deserve. Now, I don't think this is being fair for the victims. So what I would like to say is that people need to get smart. This doesn't mean that students should receive 99.9 on their average scores every test, but this means that people need to be more understanding and sensible. We should make smart, sensible rules for this to comfort their victimized souls. And in order to do that, our attitudes need to change first. We should be smart and make smarter worlds where criminals receive punishments as harsh as they deserve, while being sensible for the victims as well. Some people might say, if we consider victims' minds too much, then the laws might become more unfair. However, a value of a loaf of bread, which is a snack for a wealthy, and a loaf of bread, which is a whole meal of a day for a homeless, is significantly different, right? So if the wealthy and the homeless both lost their loaf of bread, then the influence the loss would give those two people would be very different as well. Rules and laws should consider these kind of things, regarding impacts and urgency of people as their top priority when making new rules. What the society really needs at the moment is smart people. People who can make rules that clearly differentiate the value of loss for different kinds of people. How good would the world be? I hope I can live in this smart and sensible world someday. Thank you.